Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Patience, and if today is the first time you're stopping by, welcome. And also welcome to my old returning subscribers. Thank you for always coming to watch my videos. I hope everybody is doing well. We are good down here, and I hope things are easing up gradually in your area. After it should be more than 3 months, after 3 months, the very popular mall in Bawling here, Ontario, is opened. Hopefully next week I'll go find out what is happening there, because I have some stuff that I need to return to one of my favorite shops. So I'm sure you guys will be wondering, what made me cry? What do I want to talk about? To some people it might be something that is just light, but to me it's something that is serious, and I'm going to share the lessons I learned that day from what happened to me. So yeah, it's actually about my first traffic offense in Canada. So on this fateful day, on the 11th of February, I was on my way. I actually went to the health center. Is it health center, or what do they call it, to like update my daughter's immunization, because it's very important here that you update all your kids' immunization information. So the school has been writing me on her immunization that I have to update, so I had to go with. I was there previously, like some months before that. I was there last year, so February I had to go back, because if I don't do it, they were going to send her away from school come March. So on this fateful day, I went to the place, I updated, and I came back. I was supposed to go straight home, but you know what, long truth, for the kind of person I am, there's this special shop I like visiting. It's not as if we don't have that shop here in my area. We have it, but whenever I get to other areas, I would want to go in to like have a look to see what they have. You see what, long throat, gluttony. I am a glutton, long throat. My husband's people call it akpele ogologo. I don't know what they call it in my language. It's gluttony, if I'm not mistaken, in English. I'm a glutton. I want to see what they have, the new things, the new clothes, other accessories they have in Marshall's. So on this fateful day, I went to Marshall's instead of me to come straight home. I think, yeah, I went straight there, and I didn't even find anything fantastic. They didn't have any new thing in stock. So I came back. I was so impatient that there was a car in front of me. Instead of me to be patient and wait for, because the traffic light just changed to green, and I was supposed to wait a little bit longer. So immediately the car started moving. To me, I felt the car was even slower than a snail. I overtook this car, and lo and behold, you know what happened? There was a policeman in front telling me to stop. Like after, was it 300 meters away? 300 meters away from where I overtook this guy, the policeman now beckoned on me to stop. I was like, God, what is it that I've done? Just listen to my story, and you know what will make a matured woman like me to cry so much, to bawl. I was bawling like a baby. So the policeman stopped me. He asked for my insurance papers. He told me that what actually made him stop me was that I was going more than the kilometers per hour I was supposed to be going on that particular road. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's 60 kilometers per hour. That's the limit, and I exceeded that. So the man started counting my traffic offense that I was going more than the kilometers expected of me to be on that road. And there's this other paper that he asked for that I couldn't even understand what that paper was all about. Ignorance is something that is expensive too. The paper was down there in my pigeonhole, but I couldn't even think of what that paper. To me, it was strange. It's something strange. I did not even know that I had already paid for that paper 2 years and it's going to expire on the 21st of January 2021. So I did not even know that I had it already. So he charged me for overspeeding. That paper, I'll try and look for the paper and maybe put it in the description box to let you guys know what that paper is called. One, I was charged for overspeeding, that paper I just talked about. And for my insurance, he said I was carrying my insurance paper was I was carrying the photocopy that I'm supposed to have like my signature on it, on the insurance paper, for that paper to be valid. I was like, but I was not even carrying the 2020 own, but the previous one. He said, if you can call your insurance company, then we have the conversation, a discussion, then I will let you know, because this car is not supposed to be on the road without the insurance paper. I said, but I have my insurance paper. This man did not. While I was talking to him, my husband called and I was like, a policeman caught me that I'm over speeding. I was just trying to be calm because I knew what was going to happen after that. So I don't know if I was fortunate enough for the man to like give me, according to him, it was a slap on the wrist that he gave to me. It was my first traffic offense, and he believes that I have an insurance paper, but that wasn't valid enough, so he wasn't going to give me. I don't know, I didn't even bring, I intended to bring those papers and see. So he told me, you don't have to pay, you have to go to the is it court, yeah, to present your case, and if you want to contest, and I don't know if it is contest, it is called. Now, I wasn't supposed to go ahead and pay. I should see a lawyer that will talk to me about it, and if I want to go ahead and pay, I should pay. But if I want to have my day in court, I should go ahead and have my day in court. I was like, oh my God. I know I'm wearing a particular shoe, and I know where that shoe pinches me. I was like, this is not what I want. And it's just the beginning of the year. This is not what I want. Oh God, what do I do? I know at the end of the day, he gave me the amount of money that I'm going to pay, and it came out to be 250 up to 270 Canadian dollar. I was like, what is this? Why do I have to pay this amount of money? And one of the papers that he asked for, the next day after this thing happened, I found that paper in my pigeonhole. I was so it was so hurtful that I had to pay. I had to sleep over it. Like 3 days after that offense, I went to Service Ontario to find out about that particular paper and the receipt, the ticket, the traffic ticket that the policeman gave to me. I had to present it to the lady at traffic at Service Ontario to know how much I'm supposed to pay and all the rest. She now saw I presented another paper to her. She said, this is the paper, you're not supposed to pay for this. This is the paper, your own is going to expire on the 21st of January 2021. I was like, oh my God, what kind of stupid thing have I done? What kind of stupid thing have I done? But meanwhile, this policeman told me that I don't have to pay. If I want to go ahead to get a lawyer, I should go ahead and get a lawyer. Eventually, I went to the court and presented my receipt. Before I entered, I saw the courtroom. Very big, beautiful building. It was intimidating. When I say a place, a building is intimidating, it's actually intimidating. I was like, oh my God, what will I do now? Anyway, let me just go there. After all, they're not going to eat me. Let me just go and present my case. So I went there and I went straight to pay the traffic offense. Remember, I said I was wearing a particular shoe. I don't want to explain that shoe right now. In future, I'm going to explain what I mean by that. I don't know if that is supposed to be a is it idiomatic expression or it's a metaphor, if I'm not mistaken. If it's not idiomatic, it will be any literature person, please correct me. It's either idiomatic expression or it's a metaphor, just put it down there in the comment section if you know what I'm trying to say. So I went straight. The woman was like, she looked at me. She said, do you know, you don't have to pay this straight away. We can get you a lawyer, a traffic ticket lawyer, and you present your case to this person. This money is outrageous. I'm wearing a particular shoe. She said this money is outrageous that you don't have to pay. You see, when people are so open and want to put you through, if you don't really understand something, they want to help you understand that you don't have to go straight and pay. They become open to you to educate you a little bit more for you to understand and know your rights. She was like, I'm going to give you time. I'll give you time. Call a friend, a relative, you talk to them and see if you want a lawyer. I'm going to give you, just go and think about it. You don't have to pay straight away. You see, transparency is something that is very good. Knowing your rights and people being transparent to you is very good. So I thought of it briefly. I'm wearing a particular shoe. Do I really have to wait? And I asked her, okay, if I really want a lawyer, when will I get this lawyer? Remember, I said this offense was committed on the 11th of February. She said the earliest I can get a lawyer is sometime around May. I thought of it again. I'm wearing a particular shoe. I know where it pinches me. So I told her, it's okay that I'm going to, let me just pay and forget about it. I just told her that there's so many things I have going on right now, and I wouldn't want this to contribute to me not sleeping in the night or sleeping at night, that I just want to pay the fee and do away with it. That was what I told her. So that day of this traffic offense, if you see the way I was crying, talking to my husband, I was bawling. You know, I was crying a river, literally. I was crying a river. If you see the way, what I was just gushing from my eyes, from my nose, everything. I thought of what I could do with that almost $270. I thought of, okay, if I have to do grocery shopping with it, I know what it will get me. If I want to spoil myself a little, if I have to go to Sephora, I know how much what the things I'll get from it. Even if I decide to buy things from Zara, sell things that are on sale or other things, I know what I'll get from it. I thought of all those things. I was just crying. I was really crying. I said I have no choice but to pay for the offense, the ticket, the traffic ticket offense. So I told the woman, no, that I just have to pay and forget about this. So on that day, I know some people might think that $270 to some people is not expensive. I believe something being expensive is relative. Something that is expensive to me might not be expensive to some people, and something that is expensive to me might not be expensive to some people. Meanwhile, some people might think that this same money I spent, by the time I convert it to Naira, I'm sure some people, that's the amount of money that they spend in a month, right? I'm not trying to like belittle anybody. I'm just trying to, I'm trying to like explain what expensive is to some people. Like the term expensive, it's relative. What is expensive to Mr. A might not be expensive to Mr. B. So that amount to me was very, 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 very expensive. My takeaway from what happened to me on that day and me paying that, not even before I paid the money, my takeaway from what happened to me that day is that being impatient is very, very expensive. Imagine what impatient cost me, $270. If I had waited a little bit, if I hadn't put in my mind that that car in front of me was slower than a snail, I would have waited patiently. Mind you, my name is Patience, but I'm not a patient person. If I had waited a little bit more, I would have saved that $270. But I was so impatient, very, very impatient, and it cost me $270. Anyway, one other thing I learned on the day that I paid that money is that of transparency. That no matter what your offense is, there are people that are willing to like educate you a little bit more. People that are there to educate you a little bit more. That day, the police officer made me understand that I don't have to pay. I can contest, if that's the word, I don't know the right word to use. I can contest, I can decide to seek a lawyer's advice. I will get a lawyer and I don't have to pay. But like I said earlier on, that I'm wearing a shoe that pinches me in all the corners of my leg presently, and I wouldn't want to add more pains to my leg, so I decided to go ahead and pay the money. So I learned about being impatient. It cost me money. I learned about transparency. When it comes to a place like this, they will not push you to spend your money. You have to know why you're spending your money, and even if you're wrong, it has to be proven to you that you're wrong. If they are not able to prove it to you, you can contest it. But I went ahead and paid the money. One thing we should know in life is that our actions, whatever action we decide to take, it attracts reactions. And my action for speeding that day attracted that policeman to stop me. And the consequences was for me to pay that amount of money, which was $270. I paid $270. Up till this moment, it still hurts me. Anyway, what can I do? I paid the money. And thank God I paid that money. If I had not paid, imagine, they said I was going to get a lawyer 5th of May. And with the situation that started, this pandemic situation that started on they had to close everywhere on the 14th of March. And they just started reopening things. Remember, lawyers are not essential workers. And that case wouldn't have been an essential one for them to treat. I would have carried it up to probably July. Anyway, that's one of the experience I had that made me cry like a baby. What do you think about this video? Have you ever been in a situation like this? And if you've been, I want to know about your offense, whatever offense you committed, and how you went about it. Were they transparent in the area that you committed this offense? Were they transparent? Did they make you to understand your rights and how you're supposed to go about it? I'd like to know in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay safe. Bye, everyone.